Next up is V. Ruiz, who is a queer Chicana astrologer, artist, and writer fascinated by language and the magic it evokes. They live in Las Vegas with their partner, Little One, Snaggle-Toothed Cutie, and Underworld Roaming Gato. In Stories We Thunder is their first collection out with Sundress Publications in 2022.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for everyone who organized this space, and thank you for everyone who's contributing and listening and creating a beautiful container. So I'm gonna read either 3 or 4. I'm gonna watch my time, so we'll see how it goes. This first one is called Ars Poetica. I slice crescent lunas from my fingertips and bury them in your eyes. You ask me how it feels to be made of night. Sometimes in the bruja's hour, I hear my sangre howl. I tell you that on nights when the luna is tucked away, I forget my own name. I become the cursive of my teeth, all gnashing and grinding. I become obsidian with all its reflecting and projecting. Soy creadora, un animal. I run from your day, bury myself in the depth of script, give myself to the translation of tongues. With this body, I ask the mundo to display itself. I pull the tides. I show you what it means to break on land. When the luna becomes opal, a pupil to the universe, I harvest the nails in your eyes, try to show you the meaning in all I buried. Okay, and the next one is called Aesop Remix for my hija, a raven and a swan. Don't look to the lake to find other ravens. They're all in the sky, all letting their night side slice the clouds. Listen, hija, the swans are all angry and bitter anyways. Don't eat the weeds they thrive on. Don't dip into the waters imagining yourself blended in a sea of white. It won't work. And trying to lighten away the darkness only leads to feathers that feel sickly and not your own. You'll try to pluck them before you accept they will not change. Yes, hija, you may live in a land with a wide reach and a lake where swans consider themselves queens. But I'll tell you this, there are so many more bodies of lands with birds like you. There are oceans with pelicans who could eat up a swan. There are forests dripping with rainbowed macaws who can understand all songs without cutting out their tongues. The land you're tossed in with wings dripping or clipped is not always the land you will belong to. It's not always the land where you will find yourself in the praised reflections. Okay. And then this one is called Hair of the Dog. When I dream of my grandfather, I see myself cutting off bits of his hair as he lays in an antibiotic room, surrounded by the beep beep of him. I take the clippings and grind them in my molcajete, mix in pocketed soil dug from the graves of plum-bruised women, use the pestle to pulverize the concoction with spit. He cries, clutching his hollow chest. I take his tarred pomegranate heart and pound it in the round of the bowl. As he begs for forgiveness, I smile, take the molcajete to my mouth and lick the remedio. My full mouth cannot forgive. Instead, I take what bit my family, cure our blood of his rabidness. And then this will be my last one for today. And this is called Umbilical. Sangre only rusts because of oxygen. And maybe, hija, I'm not full of all the magia I'd like you to believe. Maybe it's all science, and maybe everything I pass on can be explained by a research paper or years of experiments. I believe truth exists in the paradox, like how sueños are more like fog, suspended time where even the water is willing to be still. It's funny how we only ever see one side of the luna. All this time we look up and we think we know her. Maybe you and I are like that. Maybe we're made to orbit the galaxy all the way to Pluto's sunken corazon, only ever showing one side. But imagine all our shadow seas, all that endless night. When you wake, I still have to shake comets from your lashes, and some nights I hear the rings of Saturn in your breath. Sometimes you leave the place you were born for, and maybe you come back new, feeling unseen. Every scratched knee is a reminder you were willing to risk it all to fly for a moment. Every broken heart recorded in photos turned ash is a reminder you are more than the dust you leave behind. I'm trying to understand how to be human and trying to show you what it means. Thank you.